Well, hey YouTube. I've got a video for you guys, but I'm going to do this a bit differently. Well, actually a lot differently than I have so far. I bought a Gammo CFX, and I don't know if I made a mistake or not. Right now, I'm quite impressed with the gun, but oh shoot, YouTube channel, Travis is the guy who does that. He just did a video and said, "Do not buy." And then even before that, after I'd ordered this gun, I was watching Bravo Basson's videos, and he's gone through an extensive amount of testing, and basically he says do not buy, and he's had he did not have good luck with his. And yet again, another video that I was just watching last night, affordable air guns. And he was showing the amount of testing he did and issues he was having. And I've watched a number of these CFX videos. I think I've kind of watched every one I could find on the internet or on YouTube. And it seems like by and large, the guys that aren't sponsored, like myself, are very critical of this gun, where you got the big YouTube channels. I'm going to leave the guy's name out because he's sponsored by Gammo. Oh, he has got nothing but good things to say about the gun. So like I say, this is going to be a bit different, because what I'm going to do, I'm not just going to shoot this gun and show you guys and release it. This is going to go over a period of time, and I'm going to see how this gun works. So right off the bat, I got the gun. Notice the rear sight's missing, and it seems to exhibit quite a bit of barrel droop. That's why I pulled the rear sight. In order to hit anything, even at 20 yards, my rear sight had to be elevated to like close to maximum, which means the screw is barely threaded in. Now, something I noticed that's kind of interesting, guys like it when I do the magnet test, because this is overall, I like the gun. Right now, I like the gun. I'm not bashing the gun. I like the gun because it's been performing well for me. But here's what I've done so far. So yeah, it's steel. It's spring piston, which I like. The trigger, it's got an adjustable trigger on it, and I'll go into more detail. It's 22 caliber. Got a rubber butt pad. I love that. The front sight's great because even though I don't like the fiber optic, it's a very narrow front sight, and that works really well for me shooting iron sights. And here's something that's kind of interesting. So your rear sight, it's got a little peg in there that it dogs into, and then here's your threaded screw. So you can see how far over my windage adjustment was. So my elevation was maxed out, and my windage is already cranked over. Well, when I do my magnet test, I wouldn't pick up the fact that the bottom of the sight is actually plastic. So I've got some working hypotheses or theories on why this gun is not been performing like people expect, or just kind of going to crap. And one of them is the amount of vibration that the gun produces. Is it possible that this little dog is starting to get worn and then the sight flops around? I don't know. That's one theory. The top of the sight's metal. The detents feel pretty good. I've had definitely worse rear sights. So I put this Daisy model 5899 rear sight on here. It's a peep sight, fully adjustable, and I'm hoping that I can compensate out the barrel droop with it. And it clamps onto the dovetail. Hopefully it doesn't. We'll see how much it slides around. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go take some shots here, set up at 20 yards, and we'll see how it does. Well, okay, I just got done shooting my second target at 20 yards, and I ended up switching from the Crossman Piranhas, see if I could pronounce this correctly, to the Meister Kulgans, and I'm seeing better results with those. Go check it out. Okay, so here's the results of what I'm seeing so far at 20 yards. I started off and been shooting piranhas through it just because they're cheap and I don't find them to be particularly good. And not even a quarter at 20 yards isn't anything to write home about. You know, but then I get 3 like that, which are a dime, and then the 2. So, you know, not sure. So anyway, then I went and I switched, I kept shooting, switched targets, and I kept shooting the piranhas, and you know, I can do better with some of my other guns that are cheaper. Of course, those are pneumatics. Could just be having to let this one settle in. I'm not ready to pass judgment yet. I'm not hating the gun, and I'm seeing signs. See, I shot that one, and then I shot this one. And, you know, they strung together, and yeah, that's a quarter. So I'm seeing improvement. The Meisterkugelens did better. I'm quite liking the rear sight on this, but I am seeing it shift slightly back on the rail. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's tight. But I'll show you my working theory on what may be causing some of the issues with this gun. Now this is just an idea I have. I don't know for sure. It's got a unique rolling breech block, and then it's got this little trough that you put pellets in. So I go and I put a pellet in here, you roll it into that trench, and then I got to shove it forward. So one of the issues that a guy is going to have is how big are his fingers. I don't have particularly big fingers or hands, so I'm able to push it in there, and it's flush with its breech, and then I close it. As you can see, I'm not shaving off anything, but I've been reading about in comments and in videos where guys are saying that they're getting pellet shavings into this mechanism, and then it's taking out the seals. So I can completely see that happening, because if your finger is physically too large to go in there, well, you know, it's probably not, the gun's probably never going to work for you. Now here I am, I'm saying this, the gun's 2 days old for me to shoot it. I'm all hoping that it'll all work out, but I've kind of resigned myself to, if this doesn't, I'm stuck with it. So it's in my best interest to make it work. I bought it myself. This is unsponsored content. And from O'Shoot's video this morning, he had no luck with Gamma. Well, I guess he sent 2 of them back, but I think he got stuck with the 3rd one, and none of them shot. Or maybe it was the 2nd one he got stuck with. He got it returned. I'd have to rewatch the video. But anyway, it wasn't a good warranty experience for him. Okay, and so in conclusion of this vlog episode, I had cleaned the barrel, just ran dry swabs through it, and then I had to readjust the Daisy Peep sight as it had slid back on the rail, and then retighten it. Still shooting 14 grain Meisterkugelens, and I ended up having to readjust the sight with that work. You know, still not shooting better than quarters at 20 yards, which isn't that impressive to me. But maybe, I don't know, I'm not ready to pass judgment on the gun yet. Lots of things to do, lots of things to test with pellets. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's just a difficult gun to shoot. Maybe this rail on here is causing me problems, or maybe the gun's just inherently inaccurate with this rolling breech causing problems. I don't know. And I'm being very critical right now because I've just watched so many videos on guys having problems with it, so I am looking for problems right now. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks.